Hey guys, do you sometimes hate what you create? Because I wish I could say that I love every piece I make, that I am proud of every work I do, but I would be lying. I also wish I could say that I enjoy every moment of painting, that I just sit down, get into the flow until I finish a wonderful piece. But that wouldn't be true either. Like, take this piece, for example. It started off great. I was confident, I felt in control. I thought, wow, if I don't screw this one up, this could be something special. But somehow, at some point, it took a bad turn and I started to feel frustration, self-doubt, self-criticism, and a lot of insecurity. I felt that I lost control over the painting. Like a moment ago, it was something nice and promising, and the next moment, I am sitting in front of a child's scribble. How is this possible? Do you ever feel like that? Because I cannot imagine that I am alone with this. And I guess that most artists struggle with this. So I thought that this would be a great topic to discuss. And I also thought it's a bit difficult to talk about this because my aim with a video is not only to share my experience, but also to try to help you a little bit if you go through something similar. I was thinking, how could I help you to stop feeling insecure about your art when I myself cannot stop feeling that way either? And then of course I realized that this is not about stopping the feeling. It's about how you deal with it. It's about how to learn to live with it without letting it ruin your day or week or, for that matter, a full art career. Because I don't see a world where I don't feel like this about my art once in a while. So I need to learn how to handle it. For me, what is important is to realize when I feel like this, and sometimes I let it happen. I immerse myself in this deep insecurity, but it's also important to slowly start to tame this feeling. Because I know that if I don't, it definitely has the power to take away my enjoyment of sitting down to paint and ruin completely my creativity. I think that questioning yourself as an artist is very important in your creative journey. And there is nothing wrong with it, and in my opinion, it's even necessary. This is the driving force for aiming higher and getting better in whatever art you make. If we would be just super happy with anything we do, then we wouldn't be challenged and we would never push ourselves further. Don't get me wrong, feeling proud of your work, noticing achievements, and experiencing success is also extremely important. The moment when you create something that you couldn't have done a year ago, that is definitely worth celebrating. But what I am saying is that we need to find this very fine balance between self-doubt and this awesome feeling of confidence. And to be honest, I am juggling with these feelings not only throughout my creative journey, but throughout a single painting as well. Like, let's take this painting. As I said, when I started it, it was great. I felt confident. I already imagined a nice finished piece that I can just showcase on YouTube and Instagram, and I can put it in my pet portrait portfolio. But when it started falling apart, I didn't know what to do. So I just painted more. I was trying to fix it real quick, without any real plan. And all I did in the end was rushing and overworking it and making things worse. Ultimately, I felt that I completely ruined the work, and the best would be if I just take a new canvas and start it over completely. And I felt so angry. I felt like screaming. I wanted to throw the painting on the floor and just stomp on it until it falls into pieces. But then my dog had a better idea. She wanted to go for a walk. I think dogs have this extremely good timing sometimes. Even though I was actually sitting quietly, all these things were just in my head, she somehow sensed the drama in the room and decided to save me from myself. So I went out with her. I walked while I was scolding myself, thinking about giving up on being an artist forever. I thought, why am I even trying? I will never be good enough. I will never paint how I want to. But around halfway into the walk, something just switched in my brain. I don't know if it was the cold fresh air, or I had a bit better blood flow through my brain, or maybe it was just being out with my dog. I mean, there I was, completely immersed in my darkest thoughts, and there was my dog, sniffing every tree, forgetting about any problem in the world, living her best life. And I was thinking that I should be a bit more grateful. Although I don't have a lot of sales and I don't yet have a significant income from my art, but I started to sell some art here and there, and I still have the freedom to create. And I am walking in this beautiful environment. I am healthy. I have this cute dog who inspires me to try to capture her on a painting. And then I asked myself, so what if this painting doesn't turn out great? This painting was meant for practice anyway. Why am I taking it so seriously? Isn't the whole point to find my weak points and to paint without the pressure of selling it or showcasing it on social media? So what if it will be so ugly that I am ashamed to put it on YouTube or Instagram? And by the way, why we never show our weaker works on social media? Why can't artists sometimes be vulnerable enough to say, this is my latest work, I don't like it, I am not necessarily proud of it, but this piece is also part of my journey? Wouldn't it be more honest than just posting the best results all the time? I mean, sure, the engagement wouldn't be the same maybe, and you might be scared that your reputation might be a bit shaken, or people would be disappointed in you. But in reality, if you are a great artist, then people would be happy to see these kind of things from time to time, so that they know that you are also just another human being who also has bad days too. And if you are new to art, then it's just a normal part of the process to have a few bad pieces. Yeah, I mean, it would be scary to post something that you are not so proud of, but don't you think it would be liberating too? I mean, just imagine how refreshing it would be if your favorite artists suddenly posted their disaster masterpieces, like, hey guys, here's a piece I totally butchered, enjoy. So I think it's good to put things in perspective. You might hate a piece that you just created, but if you keep putting the effort, energy, time and education in your art, there is literally no way you won't get better, because improvement is inevitable, I guarantee you. So I thought to myself, a few years ago, I couldn't draw a stick figure without a tutorial. Now I can mess up complex compositions all by myself. What is it if not progress, right? So maybe I should be a bit more easy on myself, and instead of tearing myself down, I should identify what went wrong, what are the mistakes I made during this painting, learn from it and do better next time. And I ask myself, what are the fundamentals I need to work on? Are there any habits that I need to change to avoid overworking a piece? Should I take more breaks, for example? Maybe I could hang a reminder somewhere telling me to be more mindful about my mark making. Should I stick with only one device for checking my reference instead of jumping between my phone and my tablet? After asking myself and answering most of these questions, and also looking through the video footage to identify the moments when things went sideways, I know now that next time I will be more mindful about this and I will do better. And actually that's what being a creative person is about. You find your mistakes, you find solutions, and you get a little better each time. So I decided to show the process of this painting, not because it's one of my best works, but because it taught me a lot. It reminded me of the importance of failure, that the artistic process and improvement is never a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, but what truly matters is the upward trend. In the end of the day, actually, there is one thing I truly love about this piece. It is really like my dog. My dog is not perfect. She is not this polished, fancy, elegant Hollywood movie star dog. Well, I mean, she would definitely get a homeless role if she wanted, but you know what I mean. Her hair is unorganized, and she has a big beard, and let's face it, she likes getting dirty. Some people look at her and immediately adore her, others are making jokes about her look, and again others ask me why she looks so old when she is not. But for me, she will always be that puppy who was saved by a stranger in a cold winter night. She will always be the dog I fell in love with instantly, and she will always be my best friend who knows when I need to take a break the most. And this painting is not perfect. Yes, it's overworked. Yes, it's a bit childish, but it will always remind me of her. And that's why, no matter what, I will always cherish this piece. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to my experience about artist insecurities. I hope that it was at least a bit helpful. And if you have any other tips and you would like to share how you deal with your insecurity about your art, I would be really happy to read it as a comment. And until then, I hope to see you in the next one.
But we get up and start from the ground.